Hey, you will make it TV, followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. Happy Valentine's Day 2026. Thank you for tuning in to another live, insightful, and relatable story or topic with us. Thank you for your support this far. You can help us out by anytime. Go back and tune in to any of our previously recorded segments and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe bell because this is what helps you to receive notifications when you log into YouTube and everything, and make you aware when we're posting new content, right? So we do thank you guys for your support. I just thought I would come on here. I didn't want to come on Valentine's Day and talk about it though, but I mean, I had a second and I'm like, you know what? Because every day that goes by, it seems like more and more of Glorilla sisters and brothers and family members are coming out on their social medias want to say what they got to say and they got a right to or whatever, but I was just like, wow. But yeah, I just think that I want to give my commentary and reaction. I think that sometimes when people loved ones blow up in the industry and stuff like that, I think, of course they're more considering the relationship and how they know that person. Didn't I say that on another topic before? Like knowing a person before their money and after their money is two different things. It's too many people walking around here anyway thinking they know people because of the state they saw them in when they was in poverty, or the state they saw them in when that man or woman broke their heart, or the state they saw them in. We just forget life is like literally comes with seasons. We understand this about the weather. We understand this about everything else. But like even in our own lives, each and every one of our lives are going to go through different seasons. I am not trying to be the all in, all out preacher about these things. It just makes things a lot simpler if we go ahead and accept it for what it is. Now, some of these people they blow up. They're not just the person you knew. They turned their whole name into a brand, or their whole business is a new brand. So now, therefore, everything attached to their life, I think we all get it. But I don't know. My heart goes out to Glorilla and her family. At the end of the day, I think they're gonna be okay. It's just one of those things too, and it shows us so much. Like I think the other siblings, they just doing all of that out of support or maybe to go viral or whatever. But that first sibling that first came out talking about that, in my opinion, she was for real. Like there was nothing joking about that. She just had questions. She wanted to know, hey, why am I not as close to my loved one? Why I can't be? You think the industry care about that? Once they sign those contracts, they have obligations in a whole nother place, on a whole nother level now. You have obligations elsewhere. You sign contracts. Like, I'm not saying they don't have to do with your family, but unless you're going to write your family name on the record deal too, because they're going to have to be there putting that work in. But the one who signs the contract, which might have been Glorilla the rapper, is definitely obligated. They're using the word obligated all through everybody's opinions. But when you sign a contract, you're big time obligated to meet those obligations first. So, and that don't mean you saying forget your family, woo, woo, but do the family care about that person? That person can't just go out there signing contracts, not fulfilling their contracts, can it? This ask a job. You don't fulfill your contract at work, they're gonna fire you. That's all I'm trying to say. So even when they get these record deals, movie deals, football deals, whatever they got going on, all the people that were attached, all they see is dollar signs, and it shows. It's so secondhand embarrassing. With some of this that we're seeing, the celebrities' families exposing them, like you got to know that's coming anyway. I told myself that a long time ago because social media allows people to do this. It doesn't matter if you separate from yourself from the family in the new age and you became a big star, they can still get on social media and talk about you, like, and give their opinions. And like a lot of rappers, a lot of the best ones have been through it. She don't have to be ashamed or nothing like that. Some of these rappers, it be they baby mamas that do that. They baby mamas come out soon as they got a hit record deal. They coming out talking about how he got a kid over there, and he ain't took care of the kid. You haven't noticed that? That happens a lot in the industry because it happens too when they select who they gonna take care of. You can't be, you know how her siblings was saying, "Oh, she didn't do nothing for none of us." Well, that's the thing with big families. If you do for one, they still gonna hold that against you. If you do that for one, because she supposedly have 10 siblings, but if you do that for one, it's gonna be another sibling along the way that be like, "Oh, well, why I couldn't get what such and such got." That's one of the first things I want to start off my reaction and commentary on the Glorilla topic real quick and her siblings by saying that to me, you know, the internet, everybody gonna put their feelings, opinions, and stuff. But if you really just truly didn't come from a big family household with a whole bunch of siblings in the house, you really can't even judge Glorilla siblings, her or her parents. That's the first thing. You know, they keep trying to make this about, well, the parents did something wrong. Glorilla told y'all they was raised in church, bro. They was pretty much homeschooled. It seemed like the parents was trying to keep them more away from some of those negative, dangerous influences out there. I do respect homeschool parents, and it was interesting to hear that there were people into that. I knew homeschool existed. I'm just saying, like, you know, because me and Glorilla probably about the same age, a little less, a little more. Like, so y'all mama try to homeschool y'all. That's what's up. Now they was just bringing out how they had to call CPS. Homeschool was horrible, and I'm finna break this down because while we're hearing more stories of that, like, since when did you hear kids was homeschool and just the worst happened? And if you're hearing too many of those stories, then what do we think we need to do? You mean to tell me parents are not the kids are not the parents don't have what they need to homeschool their children? Because people are quick to say that your children are not the government's responsibility. And I 100% agree. See, none of the children are the government's responsibility, but the government is the one who made it a law that your kids get some type of education if you're going to stay in this country. I know it seems like it probably doesn't matter, but it does. Because, hold on, I'm going somewhere with this. So, you make it a law that all minors need to get an education, right? Like all minors need to be getting the things and getting their needs met. But needs met, that's not really a law, but it is. Y'all know what I mean. But I'm talking about with education, that is a law in most states. So what they was trying to explain a story. Their mother did attempt to homeschool them, and what a fine time for one kid, two kids, three kids, to call CPS about that. Where was the community? Where was the village? Where were their other family members? And it's not the other family members' fault either if you have a big family, in my opinion. Like if you end up having 10 kids, 6 kids, 8 kids, it's more common than you guys would know. I think it's always been common. We see more of it due to social media, due to people sharing their lives and stories on social media. There's still a lot of big families out there with 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. To me, that's not the issue here. How many kids you have or siblings you have ain't never the kids or siblings' fault. We understand that. But to me, it looks like Glorilla Mama was some sort of stand up woman. She kept a godly church life, try to keep that type of background for her children. Because, you know, that one sibling didn't mind coming out and saying it like, hey, bro, we was all raised in church, all raised sleeping on pallets, woo, 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 woo. Like, yeah, that's cool, little sis. Tell that. Your sister a rapper anyway. Ain't nobody finna hold that against your sister. What she wants people to look at is her sister's character. Like she feel like, yeah, I mean, you had money this long. Why you ain't did nothing for your family members? Let's break this down, guys. People look at somebody's net worth on the internet and swear whatever the net worth number says, that's how much that it just means how much that person worth, which is really crazy to think about. Cause like if a person was just to hold cash in on themselves, which we don't rarely see people do that unless they died, other people are cashing in and stuff like that. That's where I was going to with my opinion about the Glorilla thing. Like sis, if you were to die, because you know rappers and stuff get shot at all the time and crazy stuff, right? Who did you expect to be there? Maybe people don't think that far though. Me, I have. I can speak on it. I have. Like, I'm okay knowing if it ain't nobody at my funeral. But I'm saying once you make a certain status, you get at a certain status, money and all of this, you know, you're gonna have things that you might want to leave to people, but you done cut all the family off and you saying screw them. They saying they already see signs. You buying your staff cars and other people around you gifts, but they feel like they started with you and you're not contributing to them. I mean, I know I'm kind of glad Glorilla family brought that out for the masses, for not because it's Glorilla's business, but because more families are actually go through that than people know. And you ain't got to make it in no big industry contract deals. You got families get mad just because you got a better job position. You got a promotion. You got invited to a bigger luncheon. Like, I'm tired of people thinking this on. You see how they trying to do this with the Glorilla story? Like, yeah, this happens to us in the industry. No, this happens to anybody. It don't have to be a big record deal for, you know what I'm saying, people close to you that started with you. I'm trying to clarify this for people. You knowing a person why they broken, you knowing them why they not hungry no more is two different things. See, people don't want to admit that. You thought that's the only part of them. That's the only part of Glorilla they seem to know. You mean to tell me you ain't got no better stories? That's my only bone to pick with them. That's coming out talking about their big sister Glorilla. That's my only bone because everybody else giving their opinion. So my only bone with them is that all this stuff y'all call yourself exposing about Glorilla, you don't have no good times and memories and stories that you could share with the masses. Like maybe they ain't never heard from y'all before, her fans, and you know. But the first time you come out as her family, this is what you have to say. Like negative, 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 negative. Cause y'all know, you know, you tear Glorilla down too much, ain't nobody in the family gonna have no money. Like, what is they doing? If you mess up her brand, her career, not saying that they gonna do that. Hopefully that's not what they're trying to do, right? Cause what is your point? Coming out to the public like, yeah, she don't take care of us. I mean, what did you think that's gonna do? Stop her career? If anything, she might go harder. And then look, her name is Glorilla Hallelujah or something like that. They were saying like, you don't want to play with God. I know that much. I don't care what celebrity it is. You don't want to play with God. Period. You know, you can be a rapper and love God. I totally believe that. Like, I'm a firm believer that people hurry up and try to attach your character, personality to your beliefs, whatever this new trend is. But her mom didn't hide that. As many pictures of them spending time at church and stuff. She kept trying to keep her kids in the church. I wouldn't say she had them in like no cult or nothing. Like, since when did you raise your kids in the church? Man, you was on some cultish religion, blood sucking stuff. Everybody ain't on that. Obviously, some of these parents raise their children. These same children y'all calling bad and out of control. No, back up, hold up, partner, hold up, hold up. I gotta represent for all the parents and grandparents that did, with a capital D, attempt to raise their children in places that, because you know they'll be like, oh, environments are toxic. Okay, some of these churches are too though. You want to talk about environments when it's in somebody's home, but what other environments have these children been raised in? Anybody's children. Look at Glorilla sisters and brothers right now. We never said the church saves people. It's God Himself that does that. So, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll try to wait till all the kids and siblings and everybody older. Cause Glorilla's sister remind me with a little bit of what she was saying, like, we was all raised in church. Okay, sis, but you got tattoos all over. Like, you look at people and never think that though. And they think that's a flex. They think that's a flex, bro. Like the young people, they think that's a flex. Why not give your mother, grandparents, uncles, and aunts credit for trying to raise you in environments that was supposed to show you a better way, like the church? Instead, everybody turn around and bash the church. I'm just saying, I don't want to get on God's bad side. God is God. The church is the church. And yeah, people have experienced church hurt here and there and all of that. What is what? So now that suddenly means that when one of your family members make it, they supposed to take care of you. Like, I'm just trying to understand. But it do look like Glorilla Mama try to raise. You'll be surprised how many of these rappers, parents raised them, parents and grandparents raised them in church. Let's be honest. I'm just saying, I'm starting to see a pattern here. So, like they say, you know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, the church people kids be the worst ones. The church people kids and grandkids. That shouldn't, even if that is a quote, why have we been okay with it for so long? Have y'all seen this other story? I might do a separate topic about that, but whew. Now I'm not saying churches don't make mistakes, they're not perfect, woo woo woo. But you turn around, there's more and more stories being exposed of uh I mean, cause come on, man, everybody talking about environments. What's going on in this environment, that environment, and that's the only reason I wasn't trying to be messy. I started pointing out professional places, places people always trusted. Since you want to mention environments, a person could have grew up in a perfect environment and still become a rapper. You see what I'm saying? Or a person can be raised in a toxic environment and live a future lifestyle that you wouldn't even knew what they went through when they was younger. You know. So why people try to put the spotlight suddenly on so much of what people's struggle was is crazy. We used to actually honor that and respect that. Like, let everybody tell their struggle. It's just weird that people trying to act like people don't have that before their life changes. Like, what? Not too many are born rich. Not too many are born silver spoon and groomed and loved like they supposed to. So, and once again, we're talking about bigger families for a second. Now they want to make it non-existent or something got to be wrong with Glorilla Mama because she had 10 kids. Like, no. And even one of the siblings was like, oh, our dad ain't this. You know what I'm saying? Bashing the father. So you can tell that when the presence ain't been there and they be trying to swear the mama got the kids' head like that, where they bashing their father, they bashing the other parent. You know, just being non-existent, people end up building up their own feelings though about the situation. Them 10 kids watch their mama mostly do everything for them. So how do you expect them to feel? Especially when they come from big families like that. So I said big families matter to me because people be sitting up there like these mothers with 5+ kids, they just be picking off their trees, bro. Like, well, she got 5 kids. She's probably tired anyway. The dads ain't helping. Like, to me, they just be looking at the wrong things, you know? But yeah, back to the about the bigger families. Go brush your teeth and stop showing out. You don't go in there by yourself. She have one in there and she have one in here. Oh, yeah, bigger families, bro. Like, first of all, I don't know why, but society really just doesn't, if we really think about it, accept that as a good thing when really y'all know how it used to be. You know, as long as the mother had her husband and he was in the home taking care of the children, the more children they actually were wealthier, to be honest with people, because they had more people to help them work the land and pick the food and help out around the house. You know, usually these kids, you didn't hear about that in the 50s, 40s, 30s, the early 1900s of people, young people ended up on the street 1 year after graduating high school. Like, come on, bro. And this was before government benefits. Maybe it's because things were like cheaper, more affordable back then or whatever, but I can assure you this was before government benefits. All their kids still went to school, even if they had to walk to school with their teal buckets and lunches inside of them. I heard some of these older people say they walked to school in the cold, rain, and snow. Um, even if they had torn up books, conditions weren't even as modern as today. And you know, that's what tells a lot of the story. Like I just feel like more be playing into these quote unquote bigger families because they know what I'm talking about too. And when you would have more kids, you just have more help at home. Y'all notice on school applications, it will say, is your family a farmer or migrant, immigrant? Do y'all farm? If you pay attention, any of y'all with kids, when you enroll your kids in public school, that's always a question on the enrollment application. It's going to ask that when you get to the lunch survey form, where they can determine whether your child is eligible for free and reduced lunch. Yeah, this is how they determine it. Yeah. So not every student, you don't see a lot of students, but they still do exist where they are farmers at home. They still at home with their families, working farms outside of school hours. But it was just more common back then. So nobody looked at it. Nobody would say, oh, that's Jenny's family. She got 6 kids, 7 kids. Like that wasn't uncommon back then. It still shouldn't be. It's not. We know it's not because there's some people out here that still have a lot of kids. When it's a man have a lot of kids, people don't really say as much. But if a woman like Glorilla Mama was trying to hold down her 10 kids, everybody got something to say. Even her kids. Even her kids. That's why that one daughter was exposing herself, saying, "Yeah, I called." Talking about she called CPS on her mom because her mom was whooping them for being hungry. But CPS, they probably finna see a lot too, cause I don't know how old Glorilla's sister is or was when she called DFS or whatever they call them on her mother. But you gotta watch that too. I mean, if the kid was crying for help, cry for help. Or if the mother need food, why not tell CPS that? Why tell CPS your mama was whooping you because she didn't have food? You just gonna determine her feelings. Maybe she was whooping you because you were doing something you didn't have no business doing either. You feel me? You just gonna call CPS and say, "Oh, she disciplined us for being hungry." Like what? Big families, big families. I'm finna pick back up. Did y'all hear what I said though? When these men have multiple kids by multiple women and everything, they say, "Oh, that's still a good man. Oh, he's looking for a good wife. Oh, he's going through something." But when a woman is sitting there in front of the public's face trying to take care of all the kids by herself, um, it's easy, I guess you could say, to pick on a whole single mother with multiple children. That's weird. And black women been going through that for how long? I'm kind of glad Glorilla's story coming out. Like, yep, sis, tell them. Some of the best of us have had conversations with CPS before, like DFS. Like Glorilla laughing at that crap. They trying to bring it out like they exposing something about her. Like, you know. So here was my other thing that people got to understand. Like, when they blow up like that, once again, they're not just being funny, bro. They have obligations to that contract before anything, whatever that contract may be. So whoever she signed with, all the other brand deals and stuff she have, if she were to say, "Hey, I gotta miss all these interviews because my family needs some money," they gonna look at her crazy. I gotta miss these shows and interviews because every time I turn around, see, that's why they have to get to that level of just focusing on themselves too. Because every time you make another million, you turn around, somebody else sick in the family. It's just like life gonna show you, life gonna keep life, and no matter how much your money grow, it just exposes you. You grow with it. You turn back around and help your community, your family, or you don't. But a lot of them that they try to accuse of that, especially content creators, like we still regular people. I don't know what people thought. You do have the viral ones or the popular ones, or uh, trust me, those exist. But overall, most content creators are just that. They're just regular people. Uh, Rappers, you still got rappers out here that's still just everyday normal people. Like it's called chasing your dreams, and I just love how criminal that is now. You see what I'm saying? Like I just love how somebody's trying to make it look, well, no, the stars aren't the limit. You can't chase your dreams no more, and it's weird. You want to groom a child into believing it. Yeah, once you're a responsible adult, everything is your choice. But then they get their age and you still trying to dictate their choices. Like what Glorilla's going through. It's just a good example. But then again, people always scream this rah, 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 generational wealth topics, right? So some of them same ones that preach that and teach that, what people have begun doing, they go into the secrecy of these people's lives and like, yeah, this person said they believe in generational wealth and they own grandmothers in a nursing home somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And these be the people with 200K, 500K, millions of viewers and supporters and followers. Yes, Glorilla family needs to pay attention. This is real, and people will be boosting them up. You feel me? Like this is whose energy, this is whose movement we fell in love with. But then you go behind. I mean, that's too much. Like, right? Like, hey, can you actually look into the people that uh some of them they don't care. They looked into them. They said they still gonna support such and such and such and such. They looked into everything. So some fans is just diehard fans. That's what you call a diehard fan. Like no matter what come out about that person, it's just some fans. Some stuff they put out about Michael Jackson, his fans was not trying to. Bro, they didn't care about that. Maybe they should have. I mean, because it's more coming out about a whole bunch of different stuff these days. But I'm just saying, as far as a diehard fan, there's some people you can't tell them nothing about Michael Jackson, bro. They still alive today, and he had even more diehard fans when he was actually in action, doing shows, traveling, concerts, which he pretty much did most of his life. So, and it's just like you always had a small group. I don't know. That's like being mad at diehard Michael Jackson fans. Some people just not. It don't matter what you tell them. But as we see, his family, all of them, I think they pretty much had comfortable lives as well after his success. Like the internet is just so funny. Like when did this become people's business? But actually, I'm not gonna mock what God is doing, whatever truths and everything that's coming out. Because I think we pay more attention to how things come out, and that's not even what we should be looking at. You feel me? God be like, look how I be trying to get people attention about stuff. They get stuck on how it came out, who released it, where it came from. Like, shouldn't you be paying attention to what came out, why it came out, how they might have helped somebody, how it might have hurt somebody? Either way, the truth shall set you free. Period. So uh, I know Glorilla family gonna be okay, but when we talk about Michael Jackson, Joe, you didn't really too much hear none of them because they were a big family too. You understand? We're just talking about industry siblings and or siblings when one made it, and what is this? Because that might be challenging for the parents too. They need to put her mom on the interviews, let her speak. All the siblings want to speak up like they raised the kid. Now some of them were saying they helped raise their siblings, so parents, I hope we're paying attention too, as close as people pay attention, because I ain't had no new baby for a long time. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, my youngest daughter was my only youngest daughter. And them three never just had to watch. My oldest three, they never just ever can probably tell you they had to watch or babysit each other. No. And I was gonna keep it like that because, in my personal opinion, I don't want you growing up later saying like, well, at the time, this is how I felt because they were little toddlers once upon a time together too, but they were all growing up together. Y'all know how it is. Sometimes you have back to back to back siblings, kids, and yeah, it was more them staying. They're gonna be with the daycare at school or staying with other adults. You're not just gonna be watching each other like that. So people can argue back and forth about it because you can't just trust everybody watching your kids either. Like it's never ending for parents. The more time goes by, the more times modernize and woo woo woo. Yeah, the parents still matter. Put Glorilla Mama on an interview if she's willing. She probably already did some. Uh, I don't, because everybody parent don't choose to come out and be just extra extra vocal while their child is like. But I think a lot of people still do wonder. Now, there's gonna be the people that know them. But I don't care what you say. You can sit there and study a parent and a child. To me, you still will never fully understand their bond like they gonna understand their bond like their mother and parent. You feel me? Their mother and parent. Glorilla got multiple brothers, multiple sisters. Okay, but to that parent, that's a different relationship. Those are her children. The one that made it to stardom and fame and millions, and the ones that didn't. They all the children. I want to hear more from parents with that experience. And they do exist out there because, who's to say these other people, Justin Bieber, a lot of them probably didn't have siblings. They probably did. It's crazy. That's why everybody laughing. Like, it's never been known for them to come out. Like, nobody really ever asked, hey, how are the people behind these people back doing? How they town, city, community, where they came from, how is it doing? Nobody ever really cared. Let's be honest. They care. They just be like, they'll tell you whether they feel like that person came and gave back to the community, the city, the people, their family. They'll tell you if they feel like they did that or not. They be like, yeah, I made it to fame and success. How is that fame and success when the people you started with don't even believe you the same? I guess it is. Like I said, it's just knowing people two different ways, who they are broke and who they are with money. It still applies. You think you're gonna be able to call them at their mansion and say, "Give your family some money"? That ain't. They don't operate like that. You don't think Beyonce, the rest of, the rest of them got families too? Mm, mm, mm. So I was advising that they start a kind of like Keisha Cole, Ti Family Hustle TV sitcom. You know what's crazy? They can work with Crown Publishing. I've been looking for some work. Like, come on, man, let's put it together. Like, if Glorilla's cool with it, if she's cool with it, they probably already have their minds. But it's not a bad idea. That way they all can get on the green screen kind of like they own a TV series or whatever. Like Love and Hip Hop or something. Cause she is in hip hop. Look, she raps and everything. So uh they need to do a Love and Hip Hop Memphis. That's I can get them so many ideas, bro. I kind of want to do one of those. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to do one of those shows. I don't know if I want to be the host or the person on there that the dates are fighting for. It don't hurt to bring it up. It's Valentine. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys out there from You Will Make It TV. And remember, if you don't have a spouse, a significant other, a partner, you love yourself. Like I have my babies, I get to see myself like four different ways every day, plus myself, Like, I don't know, Valentine's Day is beautiful and everything, but just because you don't indulge and partake, I don't think I really ever have. I'm not even ashamed of that. I love getting to know myself. It seemed like you with a person every other time of the year. I just didn't have a man during Valentine's Day. Like, oh, yeah, I don't know if I want to be the host or the person that is they competing for. Y'all know how they had a balloon pop challenge where they pop the balloon if they don't want to date the person. I just know I'm supposed to start a show like that, man. Like where I'm supposed to be playing matchmaker out here. People was too busy trying to see If Cupid arrow gonna hit me, they have it all wrong. I'm supposed to be helping people find a match. Whoever was out here doing this before, man, or maybe people we was just all choosing what we thought was best. You know what I mean? But yeah, there are people that have been married several times that don't always work out. Different circumstances. But those TV shows, a lot of people don't believe in them. Even though they do see these relationships, some of them people they stay together. They don't just be doing it for TV. They be really married or together, or they end up married after meeting each other on the TV show. Y'all know how they go. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be one of the ones competing. I want to be the one they competing for. If you remember shows like Eliminate, Fifth Wheel, what was the other one? It's just weird because they be competing with The Bachelor, their other show called The Bachelorette. They got all kind of I want to start something like that though. Like I'm a fun person, really. This would be fun. I mean, visioning it's not enough. But the balloon pop challenge, shout out to all of y'all that do those. I'm really into them. I'm subscribed to some of y'all channels out there. Don't worry. And we be hitting the like button and everything too. Like we don't just ask for support. We be out here supporting other beautiful content creators as well. Uh, the pop challenge to me is just it's cute, but it's a little challenge. It's a little childish because they just like they're not even really getting to know the person. They just going down the line and kind of judging off sight. Like one boy was like, "You got kids?" The girl said, "Yeah, she got two." He popped the balloon. I think that one fun, but I want to do something more interesting, like where we put the baddies up there. She go on dates with them. Y'all know how it was, like the show I Love You, New York, where you show all their lives on the side in secret, and the man picks who he wants at the end. It's so crazy. He got to eliminate a new girl every week. All I'm saying is some people live their life like that for real. Like they got all of the girls or men on the roster competing for them. I never thought it was a safe lifestyle or nothing like that. To me, intentionally having people compete for you is a whole different thing from people just doing it. People just do it. You don't know about it. Like, come on, bro. Or you're causing people to do that and you don't even know it or something. Like, why? You might as well have a TV show. All y'all come on here. I gotta go. You know how they do it? We go on a date one at a time, and I eliminate each one of y'all every week. Only one woman can have one man apiece now. Y'all can do it the fun way. Come on TV. Tell the whole world why you didn't like the person, why you didn't choose them. Mm, mm, mm. Right. Tell the whole world. Tell the whole world. Be like, yeah, I eliminated Nikki because I don't think we would make a good match. Like, okay, boom. They got speed dating, all that out here. They do be trying to help people find love and stuff, I guess. People just, they done took all these tools, man, and like seem to have just turned them into God knows what now. Like, people used to could get on there. Actually, it's been people with stories. They got married. They met on a dating app. You don't know? All of them don't be crazy stories. So I'm not letting the media. I mean, yes, ladies, we should be scared. You can't use that stuff the same as people used to. But I mean, you just have to be more careful these days. There was a whole story of a young lady that did not come back home from a date. Feel free to tune in to previously recorded segments just like these, where I have already talked about that topic. I think it was on my other channel though, Crown Publishing Content. Y'all can still go over there and subscribe and stuff. Nobody really just asked me what happened to my channel, and I didn't come here to talk about it tonight. But you're welcome to still go over there and definitely tune in to previously recorded segments where we covered like other topics, because I do think it's important. And yes, dating and stuff has been probably harder for the young people, but they don't want to take accountability for that. These dating apps and stuff are dangerous now. People getting scammed. Before this, all they had was the chat line, probably. Or people just went out and met people like regular people. You know what I mean? At bars, lobbies, clubs. But I do respect the parents that have multiple babies and, they were married. And people don't fully know Glorilla Mama story yet. So that's where I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, elaborate too much. Knowing I don't either. But knowing that much, like, hey, sometimes, yeah, it's 10, 8, 7, 6 siblings by one mom. Then what? Okay, she made it. And everybody want to say, oh, that is so distasteful what her family is doing. Well, her family did something right, man. A star was birthed right there amongst them. They did something right. Now people saying, oh, okay, her family's learning that they can get collabs, they can create their own opportunities just based off of who she is. Yes, and that doesn't always have to be in an unhealthy way. They just like, before we do this, we're gonna put this out about you. Like, we had to do this because you didn't want to help us. But I doubt there's a whole lot of celebrities just doing it like that for their siblings all the time. More of them should come out and talk about it. Everybody being real, let people know what it is. Like, yeah, you're telling everybody to be successful, but what is reality? Does everybody end up that way? And then what? Right? So how do you explain that to her sisters and brothers? How would you talk to your kids? Would you tell them, hey, she don't owe y'all nothing? Would you even have to tell them that? I mean, would your kids be grown and you literally have to tell them that if they sister and brother end up with $1 million billion? Nobody's thinking about that, but you do got a lot of parents walking around here. Okay, so you got parents, you got siblings then. That's all being raised under one roof, and y'all don't even know. 10 years down the line, one of them kids running around with y'all gonna be the first millionaire. You don't even know it. I'm bringing it up because I feel like if people have more of those serious talks in their homes, because these things can happen. What? Britney Spears has siblings. Beyonce has siblings. I was trying to keep going, but I know a lot of them had siblings. It'd be that one or two. They might make it as a group, like Michael Jackson's siblings. At least they put work in with Michael Jackson coming in the door. See, from there, they could, just like they found out, they was all doing their own thing. Latoya Jackson, Janet, they all had their own brands and different things going on. They didn't have time to hate on Michael Jackson. I mean, and some people will always believe that maybe a few siblings did. They go through that. We were just talking about normalizing these topics because we got kids coming up right now, like, and a lot of them have siblings out here. Your big brother might make it in the NFL. What's wrong with that? Your little sister might make it in the Olympic ballerina competition. What? Ain't that are you having these talks when they are little in the household? Because you should want to see, I don't care if it's 10 of them, why they can't all know the opportunities that are in front of them. We too busy begging for bologna and bread to talk to our kids about their opportunities, because to me, that's where it starts. Did you even know they like you didn't know your potential? No. Did you even know your opportunity? You don't have to know your potential to know an opportunity, to know where to create one or where to find one. Like, you don't need, and we got Google and AI and everything today. Like, come on, man. Oh yeah, and I just want to shout that out too for those that didn't know, because like maybe people, families under them, after they make the money, they is not finna turn around and do money classes and teach you how to budget and how to do your receipts. They're busy in the industry. What do you mean? They might can hire some financial advisors. Okay, that's crazy. So I gotta give you 50,000 and hire you a financial advisor. Cause if you call me a year later, talking about your 50,000 gone and you didn't invest in anything valuable that's going to bring back to you, what do you expect Glorilla to feel? Or anybody? That's like, if I'm in those shoes and I know, because one of the siblings was saying she gave them all 50,000 apiece. Who knows? Maybe you ran out and she won't give you no more money, and you feel like, okay, I'm gonna earn your business out. Because if you admit that, like, I'm this person's sibling, We know their business. That's crazy, bro. Because some people, they'll just come out talking about these people. Krishan Rock had a lot of people doing it to her. Uh, but she have a lot of siblings too. Have y'all noticed that? That's probably not. So it's like God is trying to bring it out, bring it out, bring it from under the rug, like in the households. Because people was like, this go back to that rapper's mother and how she raised her kids. Wait a minute now, she raised them in the church, and y'all know in the Bible, sisters and brothers fought too. Period. Fault. They were like taking each other's lives, taking each other's heads off. And people want to, oh, let's call emergency services. We don't know what to do. Like, come on, bro. These stories is in the Bible right there. It starts at home. And then the Bible told everybody that, like, yeah, your foes will be of your own household. Maybe they wanted to be fairy tale scripture, but people are actually seeing that. And they've been seeing it for a while. So I guess they forgot you were supposed to be trying to contradict the Bible. A lot of things that's in there, people are still seeing. It's just like real life lessons in that book. Anyways, because how can a parent catch that? Like, oh my God, one of my little daughters want to hurt my other little daughter. Most parents love all of them the same. They love them. They had them all, and then I just respect the ones that have multiple like that, like Glorilla Mama that try to at least attempt to raise them all under one roof. Like I can't do nothing but respect that. No matter what they end up coming out saying about that woman, like that you tried. Now, for those that just didn't know, just because you raised them in a religion or a church, do not mean they finna have some glowed up life. You could never stick a money amount. Like when we start doing it, people come to church and give money. Now we looking at the people in the church credit reports, like what? If my credit ain't good enough to come to church, we are in dark days. But I'm saying how a lot of these celebrities' families started them right there. Most churches have children programs. We're going back to the definition of environment and what environments mean for children. Even if at home it's rough, it's tough, it's low, it's dirty. What's going on? It's so many programs out here for kids and been out here for kids. So yeah, you can only say it's 25% the kids' fault. The other 75%, the parents can be out here moving, you know what I'm saying? If you putting all of it, I ain't gonna let myself get to that. Like I'm so busy chasing bread and baloney. I don't have time to talk to my kids about their future opportunities, potential ones now. Opportunity is just that. You ain't even did the application yet. You ain't did no research. You ain't called yet. You ain't seen how much it is yet. Like, that's just an opportunity. Are you aware that this is an opportunity? Are you aware that this is so possible? I can call this 800 number right now and you start tomorrow. Like, opportunity. People be thinking they stealing those or taking those from you. People like Glorilla family need to know can't nobody do that just because they get in the spotlight. She can't take no opportunities from them. And if they feel like that's going on, I mean, I don't know. They are trying to speak up. Now you made it going on about your business. Why would their struggle be your business anymore? And now that's their choice if they choose to put the struggle out there. So it do make you think like, what are they really trying to say? Cause you can't stop nobody from trying to create opportunities. Like, no, I want to be the only millionaire. I hope that ain't going on. You know, how she gonna want to be the only one that's the millionaire billionaire in the family? I hope they're not trying to accuse her of that. You know, that starts at home with siblings. I don't want to wait till they older and then like, why are y'all beefing? Why are y'all fighting and cutting and shooting each other in the street? Like, and they siblings. Like, come on, bro. No, we are not about to normalize that on no levels. You can only laugh and look upon their situation for so long. Look at everybody else household. That's more common than people know. Whole siblings. This ain't even best friends or cousins or nothing else yet. Siblings. The one you raised in the house and stuff with, like this ain't even no other family members yet. We're talking those. Yes, they get jealous of each other, and the Bible told you first. Probably other parables and stories too, Greek stories. We're sisters and brothers. Oh, don't watch Superman where it wasn't Superman and his dad, but it was Superman best friend and his dad. They was I think they end up like enemies, but they was both like very powerful. It's some crazy stuff when you really look at it. But it helped you to understand relationships too. And that I'm not saying they're just that, like they don't mean nothing, but yeah, they're just that, relationships. That boy daddy had was a millionaire. I think he still went and built his own empire. That's talk about making statements. You raised him, you did something right, no matter how much you hate your son. Look at him. Them type of situations. But maybe her mom keeping it respectful, like that's crazy. The kids all coming out saying what they feel, but y'all know what they be saying. Adults, parents, grandparents, all different family members is like try to use kids to put their feelings out there. Like that is going kind of far. But because imagine if you have 10 kids, six kids, 5 kids. That means all the rest of your life, 5 different baby daddies is picking at you with a pitchfork about what they feel about your life. Like, is that even fair? And no man should be going through that either. Where just all the baby mamas, all his baby mamas for the rest of his life is picking at him with a pitchfork. You know that devil pitchfork with the three things on it, with the arrow, and they just boop 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 24/7 to the kids 18. Like, no, we ain't finna start normalizing none of this. So to me, it just go back to like really it show how many people neglected those kind of relationships. Maybe you just raised them. You know how they say people some was raised on survival, some was raised on love. That's what they talking about. You feel me? It ends up showing through these kind of circumstances. And it's not saying you're a bad parent if you raise your kid on survival. Like people not ready to take accountability. Your kid grown now. Talk to him. Like, kid, we had to survive. Cause look, some of these people, kids grow up and become millionaires. This is real. Look at the Jackson sons, Joe Jackson. People say, "Oh, that was his goal," but was it really? Like, he probably just wanted to put some money in their pocket. I don't think he expected his son to blow up the way he did. You feel me? Cause yeah, ain't no way to talk about these topics without talking about. I'm not gonna sit here and act like a professional talking about generational wealth, but it shows the divide right there. You feel me? Like, make sure these people contracts ain't telling them, yeah, you got to cut everybody out. Like, maybe it don't say that right there in black and white, but they setting it up like that. And some of y'all be protected. You want to run everywhere your family member run because they in the industry. Like, you don't know what they going through, what they daily, how busy they are with what they do every day, who watching them, who they watching they back from. You just want to run with them because they a millionaire. Like, come on, bro. You want to ride in their car, ride on their yacht, be on their jet, turning up. Which, if Glorilla were to do that, I do feel like her views, ratings, all that would go shoot through the window. Because people respect that. They like to see families when one come up and they turn around and take care of their family. People like to see that. So maybe they should start a TV show or something here soon. Like, uh, cause Glorilla, the Kardashians now, they got one. They got a show that's been popular for a long time, and people like to follow their family life. Them Jenner kids be having kids and they go through their family stuff too. So nobody really judging them like that. It's like they feel like the more they put out, but I don't know. Hopefully somebody offered them a deal or something. Like, and they just do a show. Then everybody getting paid. you know, and then from there, maybe everybody can start their own brands and do different things because the show put you some publicity out there or whatever. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, uh, one day she have to pass away, all the different stuff too. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to leave stuff to people, and It's like that's another reason you might want to keep them as emergency contact here and there. But really, they probably just be trying to protect their people. Like, hey, I'm in a bigger industry now. Like, this a whole another ball game over here. Like, uh, that person could be trying to protect you. They came from the church and they probably been praying about it, needing answers. Like, why she can't give us no money? And God trying to show them the whole time how they can start their own brands, just being, you know what I'm saying, related to her. Not even just relation, but yeah, they could have put their affiliation out there a whole nother way. They just came out like, yeah, she did, she did. She y'all favorite rapper ain't what y'all think. Woo woo woo. That's gotta be tough, you know. Cause if you already setting them, if you already on a mission to set them up for success or greatness, setting them up is just that. Trying to control the contracts to the success and greatness is where people are watching their backs more these days. Cause come on, man, even the rappers and stuff, you know, you can't really blame her, especially if she just starting out. We're not saying she just starting out, but she is a new rapper. You feel me? Like let her have some time and make some money too. But yeah, you can start your own brands because her kin folks they look young. A lot of them still young. Start your own brands and work. You should be too busy doing your own collabs and everything and worry about what your millionaire sister got going on. You should be trying to make all 10 of y'all millionaires. Surprise your sister. Like, look, you didn't do it by yourself. We right behind you. You feel me? But life is going life. It's even superstars end up in the hospital just from sicknesses or being tired or joint pain, where the doctor tell them, hey, I like to think about that movie Temptations because that man was not trying to hear what the doctor was talking about. He say, hey, you need to take 6 months off of dancing, man. Your knee is messed up. I know it's a movie, but y'all know that man probably really went through that. Or they be like, you need to get off the road for a while. You know, you've been doing too many drugs. They do go to doctor's appointments. You feel me? Y- Y'all got these people, got y'all deceived thinking they don't be going to, she okay, get their doctor's appointments. What, Pooh? You need the charger? She don't know how to be quiet, girl. If we was in an apocalypse and we had to be quiet, she gonna get us caught. I'll be like, shh. That's why that one movie, Scary, is called Quiet Place, and the whole town had to be quiet for these alien things. With hey Pooh, what are you eating now? Can you put her some of those in a bowl? Maybe some cheese. Come on, Pooh. Nine has your food. I'm getting on my live, but I'm gonna do a